Back again with Justice for All. And Ben Triloquist is on the stand. Please state your name and occupation for the record.
My full name is Triloquist. I'm employed as an opera tenor.
Excuse me? The witness called to the stand was Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist.
That robe must be cutting you off your circulation. Robe.
Just say it again.
That robe must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine. I'll grace you with a song.
Remember, you get less aggressive when he puts on that voice and you put sly. Make it sly.
Ahem. Me. The world of the law, exciting and daring, gut or innocence, decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think?
I love it.
Very good.
It had a good rhythm. It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak.
Trilo, you know better than to insult a judge.
Shut up! Just look at your nose. You'd think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly. I want to punch you in the face, on the off. Chin swelling would help. You know what? Your nose is the reason you'll never an A-list star.
Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds.
What's going on here? Order! Order! I demand to know what the witness is.
Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trudeau handle this.
I'm not worried about you one bit. Ouch!
You won't get anywhere trying to figure this one out, witness. Figure out this witness. Figure out this witness. Now let's proceed. All right, the ventriloquist's first testimony.
Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. I mean clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went over to the plaza. That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away.
Ben does this voice so well, it's insane.
He was born to do it.
Born to play the dummy.
He's the dummy. You saw Maximilian Collector headed towards this scene. You're sure of that?
Without a doubt. He had on his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high?
That's enough! I think we all get the picture.
I think the judge is actually like mortified by the dummy.
Yeah.
He might have a phobia.
I totally keep hearing Krusty in your voice
That
too.
is sort of crusty.
A little bit there.
Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown?
That's right, dress boy. Oh,
Well,
That's
right, dress boy.
well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean that the clown committed the crime?
He's got a point. What a shame. It was nice theory, but the clown can't be the criminal.
Why's that?
Here's absolute proof.
A silk hat?
This was found at the scene of this crimes. Fuck. It belongs to the defendant. It's too hot today.
So that says in there.
Way too hot today. Without question, he was wearing this signature hat during the practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene.
Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecution skills are unrivaled. Well done.
Case closed.
I declare the defendant guilty.
Thank you for stating the obvious, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Okay. I guess she's the boss again today. Cross-examination. Alright, so, once practice is over, I left the tent with the clown. So, ventriloquist and the clown left the tent. The clown? You're talking about Mo.
Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic. I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to keeling over for good.
Poor guy.
We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room.
So the clown has heart problems, maybe. But
Or he's super out of shape.
What? Oh, no! He ran up the stairs and had no
Yeah.
problem.
and Phoenix was panting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Can someone else put themselves in makeup?
Maybe.
Anyways. All right.
When it comes to being a first place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack.
Then what happened?
Just
Okay. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went over to the plaza. Okay. What did you do then?
I went over to the plaza to do some thinking.
It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Snow doesn't make it colder, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thinker. At least my teacher always said I was.
I'm a good thunker.
Did he say thunker?
said.
Oh god. But I'm a good thunker. That's when he saw Max headed towards the scene of the crime. From where? They went to the lodging house,
to the
split up with the
plaza.
clown, then he went to the plaza
do
and
something.
saw Max headed towards the scene of the crime. What's the plaza?
Yeah.
Eddie, you got your map?
Oh, we should look at the bottle too.
Is the plaza just between all three of those?
I guess maybe.
So he was just
Yeah.
standing right there? Like no,
Right where he
the
got
murderer
killed.
didn't see him and the victim didn't see him standing there thinking? Interesting.
Can you look at that bottle of pepper?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe the box.
Found inside the wooden box, the victim hunched over. It contains pepper. The victim was hunched over a 20-pound box. It was locked by a small key.
I wonder if there's secret compartments.
Ooh, that would be very magic, right?
Yeah, totally.
Okay. He was the only one headed that way. How could that
Did
punk
we
not be
push
the
on
killer?
the one before?
I don't know.
Press.
Did we?
And then-
Yeah, I think press that one.
Are you sure it was really Max Galactica?
Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup?
Snobby three-piece getup?
Get the wax out of your ears, lawyers nowadays. You're like talking to brick walls. Max's three-piece getup. Jeez, could you be any more dense? All together now.
Silkhat! Cloak! White roses!
Thank you.
Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions.
He's the only
Okay.
one headed that way.
The only one headed that way. How could that punk not be the killer? You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo?
That's right. And that makes him the killer. There's only one person headed that way that night.
That makes quite a bit of sense, and makes Max one suspicious character.
There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? There's no proof it was Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We never saw a face. Like,
Yeah.
well, wait.
How do you see the white roses, but you don't see the face?
This is a Phoenix Wright thing.
Yeah.
We've seen a photo of the scene of the crime, but it was just a recollection. It's not an actual photo. Like, we can't prove that he didn't see his face just because we've seen a depiction of the crime scene.
Yeah. I'd say there's no proof it was Max.
Oh, wait.
And he only saw Max's and he didn't see him do anything?
Yeah. Did you only see Max and not the victim? Like, you should have seen both,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
when
yeah,
you're out there?
Dory.
Yeah.
That's a bit strange, don't you think?
What's strange?
That you only saw Max? Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well?
What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright?
Who else do you suppose?
Suppose he would have seen.
The fucking ringmaster, assholes. Sorry.
Whoa.
That's the victim?
That's correct. If Trilo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Ah!
Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness. Could have seen him. Anyone with a sense could have figured that out.
What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room.
Is that according to the defendant? A likely story. If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he just as the witness stated, at the scene of the murder crimes? Ah!
I see. It seems that at this stage, we have no reason to doubt the witness's testimony. And there is clearly no conclusive contradictions.
He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with the testimony. Trilo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he?
Oh.
Well, yeah.
He doesn't want him to marry Regina. Well, Max is a part of the bitter love triangle with Regina, which is probably why Max conked him over the head.
Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. Okay, once practice was over, he left the tent. Okay, so we have to find a contradiction now.
Oh, balls.
Can't find a contradiction there, right? I mean,
No, I don't think so.
once we got to the lodging tent, ditched him and went over to the plaza. We have no evidence that says that Ben was anywhere else. Wait a second.
This part.
So,
Wait a second.
when he was on his way to the plaza, he saw them.
Gumshoe just said in his testimony that he went to the entrance in his own world. But there's no way we could present that. That just seems weird that he went to the entrance, but he says he went to the plaza. I don't know. Maybe it's just like a different time or something. I don't know. Anyways, what are you guys saying?
Nothing, I'm just...
Went over the plaza. That's when he saw Max headed towards the scene of the crime.
Can we show that picture?
Are we...
Yeah,
What picture?
the map? Or the picture of...
crime photo? No. Oh.
We have no picture, remember? That's just a
Yeah,
recollection or
okay.
like a depiction for our sake by the game.
Okay.
I just don't understand what the plaza is.
No,
They
me
should have marked
neither.
it down.
Yes.
Because if he was headed towards the
I
plaza,
think-
they couldn't have been in the plaza. So what's the plaza?
When they were highlighting places, I think the top right-hand corner was highlighted as
That's the plaza?
Yeah.
Plaza at
Plaza's
the
the
bottom
bottom
right? But it's dark grayed out. As though it was like... We just want to get it straight on what the plaza is. He's standing by that open door near the lodging house. So
yeah,
out
okay,
there.
So
Yeah.
that's
Hardly a plaza. That's the entrance. I would call that the entrance, not the fucking
Yeah.
plaza. Whatever.
Like out here
Yeah.
in that
Yeah.
little area.
It was probably called that when we were walking around investigating. I just didn't remember. Whatever. Okay. So he was standing there and watched him go in. All right, fine.
So first we went to drop off Mo, and then we walked back to the door.
When you say we, what are you talking about?
The ventriloquist.
Okay.
Yeah.
in the demo.
So he went to drop off Mo, then
Walked to
left
the
and
demo.
went to the plaza
Yeah, I guess.
and passed him?
They... Wait, let me just go... Let's get this straight.
Once we got to the lodging house. Okay. Got to the lodging house, I ditched him when went over to the plaza.
The scene of the crime being the lodging house.
Yeah,
So he
just
saw him
outside of
as
the
he
lodging
passed him.
house.
He passed him on his way out. But the way they showed it in the depiction, he was
Yeah.
behind him, watching him.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. He was the only one, okay, headed that way. How could that punk not be the killer?
Oh,
Is there anything we
Is there
can
anything-
present here?
that would show someone else was going that way too, or
How could he not be the killer?
Oh, dude, shiny key. This is for later in the game, probably.
By a small key? Doesn't say shiny.
Oh, oops.
Could be though.
Go to the profiles, maybe? Like, is there anything we can present for...
Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. Okay. It feels like we should either press, either contradict this statement, or I think it's that statement.
yeah, I think so too.
Let's press it again to get all the info from
yeah.
it. You saw Max and only Max that night. Okay. Geez, you're persistent. Ask all you want. The only person I saw was Maximilian Galactica. He really needs to improve his manners.
You've heard what he has to say. Let him continue with his testimony.
That's it?
How could we
Go to
prove?
that picture for a second. That's not actually a picture.
What?
We don't have that.
We don't have it. We
It was-
can't
Oh,
go
it,
see
it
those
just,
things.
it just showed it for a
Yeah,
second.
you only get
Yeah.
to see those things when.
What's the bottom O? The bottom left is the salary.
Wasn't there one other one that seemed like we could probably continue with it? And we just skip through. Clown. That's suspicious, but
Oh!
that's got to be later. There's nothing we can present there. There's nothing we can present to show that the clown gets tired. That's gonna come into play later,
Doesn't
I'm
get
sure
tired.
of it. Okay. Then what happened? Got to the lodging house. What did you do? Went over to the plaza to do some thinking. It's awfully cold, except with all this. Mr. Phoenix, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness, but I'm a good thunker. He was the only. Oh, okay, wait. We'll go back.
Yeah, I got that one.
Are you sure it was really Max Galactica?
Yeah.
Of course, I'm sure how could I mistake someone with.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I feel like it's got to be this. I mean, this. Because, no, wait.
The one before.
This. Or wait, no. Where's the one where he says, I only saw...
He was the only one heading that way.
Where?
The
You
one
were
you were
just
just
on
on.
it.
That one.
Yeah. He's the only one heading that way.
I just don't know.
Chat says you never pressed the last statement?
Oh, really?
We need to stay focused.
We are focused. Did they say that? Or...
I don't know. They
We're
did say it.
focused. Around what time did the police arrive at the scene?
I suppose that would have been around. Hey, what time was it?
No, I think it was around I guess it was about after 10 p.m., I think.
Practice ended at 10 p.m., so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? What did he say? He didn't say 10 p.m., did he? What did Ben just say?
10:30.
10:30.
Murder happened
That's
at
what
10.
I thought he said 10. Okay.
Well, I guess that sounds about right.
Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in all that weather.
Well, the truth is...
Will you shut up, you big nose dope? What do you think you're telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we just stand outside in that weather?
Well, maybe you were waiting for someone.
What? Who said we were waiting for someone?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, we can all do without your offhanded theories.
Oh.
But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm on to something.
All right.
Mr. Wright! Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night?
No wonder we were
Okay.
stuck. Like,
Yeah.
Okay.
that's
And
the
they
thing.
were talking about they need to stay focused.
Oh, they
Not
need
us.
to. Okay, I see. Yeah, I had no idea we hadn't pressed the last
Yeah.
Me
statement.
neither.
Regina.
Probably, yeah. Okay,
Yeah, man,
here we
makes
go.
sense.
Take that! Uh-oh. Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal trainer, Regina! You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken?
Is this true?
Well, you can't really ask me that question.
Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw. Don't you forget it.
Well. The puppet may be a little bit stiff, but he's right.
All right. Okay, this might.
His face.
Yeah, his face is the look on the dummy's face.
Yeah.
Like, okay, just to now that we can see this photo again, he's standing right
By that door.
there.
Yeah.
That's where ventriloquist is,
Okay.
watching him go past. It's just like, where did he pass him then? Why are they showing him only seeing him from behind? Where did he must have passed by him like from behind, and then
Yeah, I don't know.
they're making it very clear that the face has not been seen.
Yeah.
There's obviously a reason why the witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. All right, when we come back, we're going to get to the bottom of the Regina controversy and get him to break down on the stand about his special someone.